hard to react when somebody shoots you from the back and somebody else is shooting an AR.
And then before you know it, you lost all your shields, and you're just like, wait, where is this coming from? T-Red Franz now doing a very common strategy of utilizing the cone to get some vision information.
One of the things, though, there he actually reset the edit on the floor so that if this cone does break, he can go right back down underneath the floor without having to reset it. It's a small little detail there that these great players do.
A lot of talent in competitive Fortnite, and I like the shots that Franz is laying out here, but that player able to squeak away from that one, and that was New Spray, who lost the shields and goes right in for a fight. You see New Spray versus Goat. New Spray resetting. Two players get zipped away through that rift to go. That's T-Red Franz. 0 eliminations currently for T-Red Franz.
This is important here, the position that he picks if he's going to go away from the, I mean, obviously it's going away from the Haunted Hills, but look for the high ground, look for the opportunities, look for maybe old build fights. Those are the things you're looking for. Looking in the zone, trying to stay as high as possible, and then pick the perfect opportunity to make sure you grab that high ground.
Got to own those spots, be able to maintain that position. Very difficult to do when players are constantly moving up and down in this very small area that the circle has provided.
Oh, and this fight for high ground is very precarious as there's not too much connected to it, but I think it was connected back.
Oh.
Nice edit there. He actually took the wall first before going for that fight and then finding a community launch pad.
that was actually a sick play as well. Franz is going to get on this first. He's going to get on it first. And oh, did he nail him with the shot? It looked like he did not get any damage off of that shot. But I was going to say that was such a great play of how he approached that, because he put the wall, owned the wall, then put that ramp so that this way he owned everything. Despite him losing that, you can see that T-Red Franz is just making some great decisions and gets another elim on Makoa. The eliminations are not tracking on the bottom left, but you know that he's up there with how he's been playing so far.
Yeah, and you can see zEko on ultimate low ground right now. He's going to start to head right back towards those old builds, right back towards the Haunted Hills. We'll see if zEko can continue his terror down on low ground. They're going to be hopping in with his POV right here shortly. 9 players left. Here's zEko.
There was going to be one player to his left and another one right in front. That player pretty much out of this game. And zEko can capitalize on some of the resources. Here's going to go into it. Nicely done. The green pump, no problem. We'll give him the siphon and some of the resources as well as the ammunition that we'll desperately need. The stinkers too.
Yeah, and zEko, he is absolutely looking terrifying right now. The amount of pressure he's applying on people who aren't even paying attention to him. That means his positioning is really good. That means he is getting the spots that people aren't going to pressure. They don't think that he's going to be in a bad spot. Speaking of good spots, Nikito up on high ground. That's good for him. We'll see what his materials count is looking like because he's on wood right now. That tends to indicate that he's low on materials in the end game.
You want to use metal for those moments there. Nico's going to go in for the fight, but Nico wins it against BHTHS. And at that moment, zEko takes the high ground and then makes Nikito pay for giving up that valuable position. Now it comes down to zEko and Franz.
Oh,
Franz is going to
no.
drop low, and Franz, I don't think he's going to be able to get up in time. And all zEko has to do is just go for that safe ground, pop that big potion, and just wait this one out. But Franz is getting up there. Franz manages to get up to the top. zEko, he's going to put the damage on the Franz. Franz, can he hold him off here? He only has 3 more builds left to defend himself, and zEko still has the high ground. zEko drops down. Franz doesn't get the shot on him. zEko going around the edge here, and the storm continues to creep on in, and zEko still holding the high ground position. What is Franz's option here? What is he going to do? You got 7 builds for zEko. Franz only has 1 build, and Franz needs to be careful because he's going to go down this hill, and there goes the shot. zEko's going to eat a little bit in the storm.
Oh.
Franz is going to eat the shot from zEko, and that will be a victory royale for zEko. 12 eliminations and 10 points off of the win.
22 points total. That was a clinical game from zEko here in the Haunted Hills. That was perfect. And I do have to give credit towards the other player, though, fighting for the end there with what he had. Franz, he had no builds, almost no ammo. You could see he was only holding a shotgun out because he didn't have the time to reload the rest of his weapons.
A great rotational tool.
Yeah, that reward is so perfect. And I really like how he had a window already edited there because he just crouched through it, and that player had no clue that that was a possibility. No sound cues when you, there are sound cues, but it's way harder to hear when you're crouching. Now, 26 HP on this guy. One build remaining if he finds one. Yes, he does. That's HP there, and he's got to follow up more.
Is this it? Is Henrico? Yes. Henrico gets one, gets two, maybe a third, but he's going to be forced out of the storm and getting chunked. He's going to rotate around. He finds a player in front of him. Alejo Rizzi. ¿Por qué, papi? You got caught out there. You should have known that Henrico was going to be looking for you on the left side. And Henrico, he
just found 20 mats right there, metal. And that's so good.
Maybe it's enough for him to get up to a safer spot so he can get more eliminations by Henrico.
Yeah, Henrico definitely doing his best to stay in this game. He was in such a dire position before, and I do have to point out, in such a good team with history, Fa and Henrico, apparently. Good play here from him.
I like that you put in the emphasis on it as well.
Yeah, you got to.
You got to Henrico. You got to roll the tongue.
I can't do that.
Henrico. You know?
I'm just going to do it.
It's okay. Sometimes just Puerto Rican comes out. I can't help it, Paul. I can't help it, Paul. leleo now, a player that we've been checking out throughout this game, has been playing rather well. You got Luanzera up above, and then you got Chunny Fishy in the ultimate high ground, but Chunny Fishy just get lasered?
Yeah, actually, the player was paying attention to him, and leleo is going to take high ground from him, and the wall replace again. He tries to edit, but that's not going to be enough. He's got to be able to place the stairs fast enough.
That is so filthy. That was such a filthy play. I love seeing that quick wall gain there, just taking the wall, right, gaining that advantage, editing out. Like, the player at that point, they have to try and defend themselves in some way, shape, or form. Ooh. But it's like you have to have that reflex time, and leleo was all over that.
Dusty just got impulsed in the storm. I think it was Koto who had those. That's pretty hilarious.
That's mean. That's mean-spirited. Yeah. You know, if I have to be honest with you.
Now, leleo on high ground. Just keep an eye out on how these players, they don't take any ticks. If they're taking shots, they're very aware of the storm on their back, and they're very, very aware of their
Oh, am I trying? Oh, okay. I was going to say maybe he tries to dive in, but he doesn't have that heavy snipe that will get him right through. So he just has that legendary compact SMG. And I know I say just has it, but you want to have something that instantly bursts through that. Well, kind of like the way a legendary pump instantly bursted Koto in that play. He's going to pick up another one there onto Cruz. We're going to have 3 players left in this one, Balla. A 1v1v1. He sees him in his sights. Can he follow up with the shot? That player is going to be back against the storm. TGAKS, goodbye.
1v1.
Now. One player remaining.
Can he block him? No, he doesn't block him, but he does get the stairs back above him, and it's a full-on build fight now. leleo up against zEko. We'll see. leleo has a little bit of a base in mats. How many does he have left? 70. Okay, this is a full-on 1v1 build fight right now. Yeah. Creative 1v1, in fact.
This is one of those fights you love to see, but zEko is going to be in a bad spot. leleo has the advantage, but he's going to eat a shot there from zEko. zEko now. He's going to wait around. They're still in that safe area. zEko didn't have it, and that is going to be Quasar leleo who gets the victory royale. 11 eliminations for that game. Very well done.
And that was perfect. Perfectly executed on the build fight there at the end. He got him down. You saw how that player was looking for the low ground shot, but that gave him time to... Yeah, I would finish your sandwich.
I know you would. I would as well, buddy. I would as well. I mean, actually, now I want to have a sandwich. But anyway, back to the action we go. Because Nyx has that high ground.
Yep. This is such a... every time we talk about it, this is where you're going to be able to maximize your points. Speaking about the format, remember, elims and placement matters. This is where you're going to be able to put both of those to the test. Make sure you get towards the placements and get the elimination opportunities as well.
I like these short waterfalls down, Balla. He's not going too far. Oh, he saw only King just trying to drink his beverage, but no juice for you.
No, not going to be able to take off those small shield potions with big shot pots. But now Nyx looking for an opportunity. One thing there, he saw that player was healing right next to the wall. It's so difficult to actually stop that and replace the wall. You have to look straight down if you want to, because otherwise it's going to try to place it outwards. Nyx, you have to know about that, and that's why he went for those shots with the compact SMG, and now one player's challenging. 81 builds remaining. This is a little bit too early to challenge, but...
He has his player. He owns
Another
it.
One.
Goodbye, Rizemart. Very well done from Nyx. He read that play beautifully. He had that high ground position. Then he was able to punish.
punished. Yeah, he did get in the floor and then the edit as well, not even realizing that because he was healing the entire time, he's getting so many shots on players who aren't recognizing he's going to go for it again. Are you kidding me?
He's going for that same play, but it works out. He's practiced it so much. Very well done from Nyx yet again. I know I keep saying that, but it's so impressive how Nyx has been playing this one out, racking up so many eliminations, taking advantage of players who aren't watching their angles. At this point, you have to be aware of every single possible place a player can look to eliminate you from.
Yeah, you definitely have to. A lot of players down the low ground now. 4 players remaining. Nyx still maintaining that high ground. Nobody completely challenging. We saw a little bit of a challenge before. Here, he's going to connect back. We're all the way to Loot Lake from the Lazy Lagoon at first.
And it just took that fictional river all the way down, it feels like, because there was just, we'll go from one body of water to another. And there is also, what makes this really difficult to fight out of too is if you happen to end up in the water, but they're still going to be with a lot of grass here, but I don't think Nyx is going to let it get to that point. He's going to have the high ground. They're going to be stuck. He has full control of this. He's boxing them out completely. One player's going to be above him though, and now Nyx with 41 builds is going to just destroy Pincito's
goodness.
and then gets the next elimination on Noonim. What a play from Nyx. Just dominant. Solid gold, baby. Solid gold.
He's got the heart of gold, and Golden Boy loves it.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. All right, well, that's going to do it for us here. We got Kitty and Sundown in the studio.
So cool to see these players play. I know that I don't have any experience watching those replays from the Brazilian guys, but really cool to see them utilize